2024 Giro d'Italia, stage 18, 178 kilometers from the Dolomites here to Padova. And of course, this city is known for its university, the arcades, the cafes, perfect for students to drink a spritz, which is popular here in Veneto, sip a coffee, and also has one of the oldest universities dating back to the 1200s. It's in this low-lying valley of the Po Valley that feeds out to Venice and beyond. It's a perfect flat area for sprinters, and that's what we had today. We were greeted with a sprint before the rain showers moved in. It was won by Tim Merlier, getting his second stage win in this 2024 edition after one coming early on in this race. Now roll it back to the start, because we had 4 riders riding free after we left the Dolomites behind over our shoulders, heading down here into the valley. Those 4 riders went at 162 kilometers thereabouts to go in the stage, including 2 from Polticametta, Mirko Maestri, and yes, of course, Andrea Pietrobon. Mikel Honore, the Danish rider, we'll get to him later, from EF Education Easy Post, their teammate yesterday won. Gorg Steinhauser and Filippo Fiorielli from Team Bardiani. Those 4 riders never got very far, never anything much over 2.5 minutes, anything north of 3 minutes. Back behind, it was controlled by Soudal Quickstep for Tim Merlier and by Lidl Trek for Jonathan Milan, who's been ruling the sprints so far in this Giro d'Italia. In the final, we saw 60 kilometers to go thereabouts. Visma Lease Bike sent one of its men, Italian Edoardo Affini, up to join the escape. We're having a beautiful day here in Veneto, and it was enjoyed especially not by the Italians in the escape, but by the Danish rider, Mikel Honore. His girlfriend, or perhaps wife, I'm not sure, lives here in Veneto. He lives here in Veneto. They live together in Veneto. And he was riding on home roads, enjoying the day and wanting to pull something off on the heels of the team's victory yesterday. With the 5th rider joined, and Mikel told me afterwards over here at the finish line, he told me afterwards that they welcomed Affini to join, giving it more horsepower as they powered on here to the finish line. But again, the group never gave them much time. 10.3 kilometers out, the day was over for the 5 men. Finally, Ineos Grenadiers, UAE Team Emirates were up at the front defending their general classification riders, and we saw Lidl Trek really starting to put the hammer down. Grabag Zabir was working for the team, and we'd see it eventually turn over to Stuyven and Edward Toons and Simone Consoni. I'll get to that. 7 kilometers out before the 3-kilometer mark, a little bit of a touch-and-go situation for Tijmen Arensman of Ineos Grenadiers, the Dutch rider who had a puncture, a mechanical, had to slip off the back. Looked like he got it changed quickly. Bike or tire, I'm not sure what it was. I think a complete new bike. Jonathan Narvaez dropped back with them, got back up to the bunch, thankfully so, didn't lose any time there on the GC. Now flipping back up to the sprint, because it was important to watch as we got in closer to the city here in Padova. There was a left and there was a right in the final kilometer. What we saw were the teams of Groupama FDJ working at the front, then Bahrain working at the front. Tudor was working for, I think, Alberto Danese, who is from this area. And on the right-hand side, we had FDJ, Groupama FDJ, pulling the trains along. And Lidl Trek came to the front. Again, Edward Toons and Simone Consoni, but missing in the purple Ciclamino jersey. So far, king of the sprints here in this 2024 Giro d'Italia was Jonathan Milan. They were looking over their shoulders. Where's Johnny? Where's Johnny Milan? They couldn't see him. Well, he was way back there. It looked like 15th, 10th position. And so it was quite amazing that he was able to do the sprint to even get back up there, but it was too late to go. We saw an early kick out by Caden Groves and Alberto Danese on this wide, flat boulevard leading to this square here, which they say is one of the biggest squares in all of Europe. I'm not sure, I haven't done the quick dimensions of the square, but it's pretty darn big, and the rain's coming down as well, so not many people are out here, but it was packed with fans before as the riders raced in sunshine. Caden Groves, Dainese lighted up, go early, but then we see the power move of the Belgian Tim Merlier. He was dropped off before that final corner, confirmed to me by his lead-out man, Bert van Lieberg, there leading into the final corner, which put him in good position, so he was able to mark the men that he needed to watch. He saw Groves, he saw Dainese go early, he picked his time, and he went. Through that final corner, we saw Ed Toons, we saw Consoni leading out with another rider stuck on the wheel. It looked like Dainese, but they were looking around. Where was Milan? Where was Milan? What were they going to do? We also saw Molano from UAE Team Emirates up there with Rui Oliveira trying to help him out. All the riders spread out. They had a lot of room to maneuver on this wide boulevard. Hugo Hofstetter hit out. Danese starts charging up. Caden Groves off on the left side. Finally, we see the purple jersey of Jonathan Milan coming up to the line. In fact, we thought he had nabbed, but over on the left side with the bike throw, it was Tim Merlier capturing his second win in the 2024 Giro d'Italia, and it couldn't come at a better time because we only have 3 more stages to go and only 1 left for the sprinters. Tomorrow's stage to Zapata, and the next day the double ascent of Monte Grappa. So that leaves all the chips in play for the stage in Italy's capital, in Rome, when we do that massive transfer down to the south. So welcome win by Soudal after his first stage win in the Giro d'Italia, after Alaphilippe's win in the Giro d'Italia, his comeback win. Tim Merlier picks up another one over Jonathan Milan, a dejected Jonathan Milan. Afterwards, I spoke with Luke Lamperti, who was key in the train setup there for the boys leading here to the final to give Tim Merlier the victory. He was over the moon celebrating with Merlier. I got it covered on footage. Then comes in Alaphilippe, congratulates the young American, congratulates Tim Merlier coming over the line. Spoke with Mikel Honore, who was emotional about racing here in Veneto. But moreover, it was Tim Merlier who kept calm as a bomb in that final moment after being dropped off by his final lead-out man in the chaos of Lidl Trek's train gone wrong, and with the kick of Groves and Danese, it was Merlier punching through like a Bullet Express train. With the final mountains on the horizon, with Rome in 3 days' time, he knew it was his opportunity, and he struck today in stage 18 of the 2024 Giro d'Italia.